agree. It's kind of been a bit of a mismatch when you look at just how many people have gone through this IG roster. Like, they've changed top, mid, boss. Now they're trying to gank Care.
And they will be able to do it. This is the chain you talked about, my goodness. The second one of those bits of CC lands, you don't get to play the game anymore.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, you do get 2 flashes from XUN and Yukai, maybe a bit of an overcommit, but you can see what the thought process is.
6 to Klid's level 5 as Klid starts this Herald off. Both bot lanes are moving over. LWX will be spotted by the sweeper here, but CC chain denied by XUN's ulti. It won't matter though, he just doesn't have the health. Blown up before the fight ever begins, and now Zika moving over, gets the stun onto LWX. There's a follow-up from Lucas, but there's just no damage. Yukai can't do much on his own here, and Wink wasn't there just yet. FPX winning out a bit of a scrap, and a little bit suboptimal here from IG, but at least Yukai finding a consolation prize as Hung. Then again, maybe he won't find it because he just missed the Q.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit sloppy from IG. XUN getting caught. Yukai not able to find the follow-up, and FPX, they get the kill, and they get the Rift Herald. And again, you had the option here for IG to just kind of look for the bot side.
Good flash forward from Hung. That's beautiful. We said the Thresh wasn't going to be that good of an engage, and Hung says, ha ha ha, Flash is a basic ability. And makes it happen anyway. Goes for the play, and now a potential dive on the bottom side as Wink actually ults the wave to deny this attempt. Klid forced away. Herald not used. Shala, who steps up for the wave. Now the chance. Zik tries to get the stun, and he won't be able to. And all of that time from XUN is just wasted.
Yeah, I mean, it's close, but IG there. Lucas having to burn his ult to keep Wink safe. Shala, who... Oh, we praised them. We praised them. Yeah. That's our bad.
He actually dashed towards that. He didn't realize there was 2 players there. That's unfortunate. That's highly unfortunate. Yukai tries to get the charm. Care.
Top side.
Big play coming out from Yukai as Klid. The target XUN flashes forward to finish that kill off. And now a little bit more, but Hung there to save the day. Pulls his mid laner out to safety. But the Herald has been denied. That's crucial. Yeah. Both a step too far. There's a charm. There's an Everfrost. There's a bear over the wall. And you know what? That's maybe one of the scariest things you can ever see is a bear flying over the wall at your Moonlight Vigil. Yukai flashing forwards. In goes XUN as well. The damage there onto Care. There's a reset for Wink as IG looked for more as well. And so far, so good. These scraps are...
They should have controlled a dragon.
LPX wants a bit of revenge. Wink the target here. Flashes away to safety. Keeps himself alive. And actually, it's Hung in trouble now. XUN was still there. Lucas licks him to death. And now a TP coming out. It's Ishala who just leaving the base. Care now arriving in the river from that bottom side. XUN needs to be a little cautious here. He's getting flanked right here. No flash available. No ult available. The bear has been felled. There will be a dragon after all in favor of FPX. XUN knows there's a neutral objective up, so he just goes forward by himself and gets caught out here. Ult's coming out across the board as XUN tries to retreat. Follow up from Care into the squad here. And it looks like Lucas will go down for his trouble as well, trying to protect his jungler, but it just ain't gonna happen. Care with a double kill on this one. And they don't need to flip a Baron if XUN is caught out before it ever even happens. Care low though. Stuns are going to come out. There's 3 people behind the Baron here. Big damage coming on out. Klid does manage to get the smite for himself. Zika on the front line. It's 3v5 and a 1-for-1 so far as LWX flashes away. Wink trying to survive but knocked up, feared and taken down. Double kill for Klid as Yukai realizes he's alone and takes the spear.
And there's just not enough damage there for Yukai. Goes for the Horizon Focus, doesn't go for the Shadow Flame, so much more heavy into the single target damage, which means that when you look at this FPX side, when you need someone to step up and provide that AoE, you just don't have the damage on Wink and Yukai to follow through. So Baron goes the way of FPX. 50 seconds until this 3rd dragon for them as well, with the resets coming through, potential push in mid. It feels like that should be FPX's neutral as well.
It's like IG trying to get vision control on these objectives has been disastrous this game. I mean, again, XUN stepping just way too far forward, not respecting the fact that the whole gang from FPX is here.
Again, I don't know, like, the lack of kind of... There's a very easy way for IG to get control of river. Like, you have Wink who's able to push in super easy. Like, then, especially with Yukai there, rotate into river as a group. Don't let FPX kind of outnumber you, but XUN kind of just taking those shortcuts ends up punishing them. And then here, IG, it's a good attempt, but again, like, there's Klid, everyone at the back of the pit. I feel like that's really where the focus of your fight should be. and Zika tries to go forward. The charm hits onto LWX, but there's not enough damage. And again, like, Uakai just doesn't have the damage to get through Care, to get through Clid. They're all just...
Yeah, Xpeke knows all about that one. They're just too tanky. 3 dragons down for the side of FPX here, as they've managed to extend themselves a 3,500 gold lead as well. And you know, Dagda, you mentioned that this is a team that usually likes to flip Baron. Well, luckily for them, IG gave them Baron on a silver platter, and they also gave them a massive gold lead to go with it. And look at the second item coming out from Clid. He's gone for the GA already, so he can go as deep as he feels he needs to, and the rest of the squad is so good at following up on those dives as well. With Care being able to fly in, the Gwen more than happy to be in a skirmish in the enemy base. And you got Moonlight Vigil, which is just such incredible range. As Hung finds a hook onto Wink there. Beautifully done. Wink saved by his support, but that's Devour on cooldown now.
Yeah, Shun going golden as well. A little bit interesting. Bachella, who threatened by Uakai.
Yeah, it takes a few tower shots there. In goes Zerka to try and make things happen. LWX on the front line. 4-man stun comes out from the Jackson. In goes the Bear as well. Keep your eyes on Winks trying to clean up. Uakai as well getting the damage on out. Wink still going strong. Clid flashes over the wall, but can he escape? He says no. Wink charging forwards as Hung will be taken down by the Orb of Deception, and Wink will finish them off. A triple for Uakai, but Zerka's stunned to set it all up.
That was so well played by Zuka, just managing to get in onto the 4 people of FPX. And once those invulnerables go down, Wink is there to clean it all up. Third Dragon did go the way of FPX, but IG can do some serious damage with those long death timers. And we get it here on the replay. Hung does get the hook onto Wink, but again, this is like the primary engage tool, Care and Hung. Care doesn't have the Shadow Surge because he just used it there. So now you've got the opportunity for IG to start to play aggressive. Zika and Uakai constantly putting pressure on the side, and FPX just not respecting that they can try and follow up with this. And as you said, Zika, great play here to get that set up. Shun flings himself into his death to set it up, but clean up through from IG.
Beautiful. Just flashing forwards to make sure he gets the 4-man stun. Instant follow-up from Shun as well, the ulti onto everyone. And it's just the meat grinder at that point. You've got a Jinx there blasting the AoE rockets. Wink flashing over the wall as well to finish that last kill off. 11-12. And you know, Dagda, a few moments ago, I said, well, it's even at the 20-minute mark. That means we're going to have a banger mid-game. You weren't so sure, but I don't know. It's feeling like a banger to me. Xiao Lao Hu in a 1v3 on the bottom side of the map here. But there's too much CC.
Oh,
or is there? Wait a second. Gwen is immune. I almost forgot. It's a 1-for-1 somehow.
Yeah, imagine thinking, Uakai, that you'd be able to win the 1v3 when all the CC in the world, Xiao Lao Hu still manages to get 1 kill back. And now we got a little bit of a base race on.
Here, but the Drake taken by IG and maybe a fight as well as the hook comes out on the top side. It's going to be Zuka just annihilated. Never even gets to play during this one. And now a 3v5 once more. LWX wants revenge onto Wink, and Uakai will fall as well. It's an easy fight for FPX. They dominate IG.
Uakai managed to get the trade back, but 3 kills for LWX, and they don't have the wave to try. Do they have the wave to push in mid? They have 30-second death timers. Looks like, yeah, they should be able to finish this one out.
If Xiao Lao Hu just tanks the towers, maybe it's doable. You can just protect those minions instead. Clid the 1 step forwards. 20 seconds on the death timers. FPX, after all of that, just win a dominant 5v5 and waltz it on in. Clid, how did stack up? He's still got a GA to work with, remember. He doesn't mind taking damage. Respawn's coming out for Lucas, but it's too little and it's too late. Somehow, FPX take game 1.
Pressure.
Really nice play with the very edge vision from Clid. Flashes forward to find the stun onto Lucas. That's a CC chain. But in the meantime, Wink is just hammering away. It's somehow a 1-for-1. And Wink got the first blood over to Uakai. Assuming he can stay close enough, which he might not be able to. There's a taunt coming out with the Predator. Knock up there as well. Uakai does not get to move. XUN used his ulti to basically no effect. And now xiaola, who flashed it over the wall, gets the healing down for the rest of his squad as well. Wink flashes away to safety as Lucas also getting over a wall himself. But there's a zap onto Wink. A flash forwards as the taunt will land. Wink is caught up. There's the follow-up CC and a kill for Cleared. And out of nowhere, number one, he's not going to go for any kind of flash ult smite shenanigans this time. Hung, though, is willing to make a play. Here we go. The flanks coming through with the Hex Gates. The rest of the team already engaged in a 3v5. Now Hung arrives. Double knuckle comes out from him. And FPX, they've got this one unlocked. LWX not contested for a singular moment of this fight. There's a double for him on the Jinx. Turn it into 3. As xiaola, who got the double as well. And FPX, I mean, it's too early for Baron.
Yeah, I mean, FPX absolutely slaughtered them. I was worried, IG, when you had that 3 versus 5 at the begin with, maybe they could turn it around, but IG just never able to get their team fight together, and FPX take the fight. They take the dragon, and then they don't take the dragon, sorry, but they'll take this mid lane turn.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the point where for IG, you need to be spamming some 5s in chat once again, because it is all tears right now. IG knocked out of playoffs in game number 1, and now game number 2, 11-1, 7,000 gold lead with 17 minutes in, Dagda.
Yeah, and we'll see it here. IG kind of get caught all over the place. I feel like in this position, through Care, fight onto LWX. Zika's about to turn Mega, but just barely gets the chance. But IG, like, it's super messy. Like, no one's kind of going forward. Everyone is trying to commit to the Galio, but Galio's not really your problem here. I think if you pick off xiaola and Quid just off of Zika turning Mega, I think you can run away from the IG flank and actually still turn that fight.
Yeah, perhaps. If you can position slightly better, if you can target select a little bit. Target select? If you can choose better targets. English. It's not my strong suit. It's actually my my second language. My first is complete nonsense. It's going to be a smite coming out from Clid. As he takes away the blue buff, just denying absolutely everything he can. And every single time the camera pans over IG's jungle this game, it feels like we're looking at Clid in IG's jungle.
Really does. And I think that says a lot about how much control FPX has on the map. And that's exactly what we said at the start of the game. Like, for this 1-3-1 control of the map is what FPX need. And you see vision control up here. They're actually working off of LWX as the split pusher, which wasn't the way that I expected to go. But when this Jinx is nearing her third item, she's going to get through towers faster than xiaola or Care can.
That is for sure. There's another tier 2 going down here. That's the 5th tower. We're only 19 minutes in. FPX just incomplete and utter control of this one. Another Drake coming up in 2.5 minutes. Remember, IG did manage to get that third Drake. Well, no, this is fine. This is fine. They have vision control. As long as they peel off and fight IG if the contest comes through, I don't have an issue with them starting back.
Yeah, I mean, xiaola's no way getting here. That, though, xiaola, a little bit questionable.
Oh, Hung, the 4-man knockup, beautifully done. xiaola, who exhausted over the wall, though, does make it a little bit difficult for him, but there's just no damage. XUN gets the moonfall, and it does absolutely nothing. Another double comes through for xiaola, who, as IG will fall here. And it's just, oh wow, there's actually a flank from the Hex Gates as well. Everybody's here. I don't know where they came from. As, an attempted dart comes out from Zucker, but will not find its mark. And Dagda, this one, a little bit tragic, it has to be said, but not if you're a fan of FPX. Managing to make it happen. Care at the Galio as well. Having a really good game for himself after we criticized him to start the day. This pick definitely working out, the comp working out. 16-1, a victory lap for FPX as they manage to take themselves to series.
That for FPX is going to be it. Really well orchestrated from them from start to finish. And as we said,